It's the CalebDMTG Show.
Alright, we got ourselves another stip in the queue. This one is a Chonkers stip. Chonkers only.
Oh shit, what up?
Hey, Rusty Venture, thanks for the sub. I don't see any Chonkers here. Maybe Mentor if you get it large enough. Chonkers is defined as a creature power 6 or greater. So we could take Volk and go towards Sneak and Show. I think I'm going to take the Ancient Tomb. Hey, JRC, thanks for the $12.60. JRC says, you sure done the family right. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's get this Chonker stip in the overlay. Should have had the other one in the overlay too. Inferno Titan, definitely a Chonker. Let's get it. Oh, you're good, Pie. Thanks for the match. Thanks for letting us resolve the first draw 7 with Sphinx out too. That was fun. We were very specifically trying to draw the most number of cards possible. So we certainly appreciated that. Wow, Thragtusk, not a Chonker. Not a Chonker. Bitter Blossom, super not a Chonker. Not even remotely close to chonkening. Search for Tomorrow's an option. We're just gonna take Twist though. Except Tube Hund. Yeah, Tusk is almost a Chonker. You give it +1/+0. Put Skull Clamp on the Thragtusk and suddenly it's a Chonker. That's the line. We get 6 fairies. Just staple 6 fairies together. If you play a Crater Hoof with your 6 fairies out, they become Chonkers. Ashen Rider, not a Chonker. Not a Chonker. So normally I would take Solemn here. Solemn might help out if we have to dip into 3 colors. Shark Typhoon could be Chonker friendly. Shark Typhoon, I've made some 6/6 sharks for sure. I think what I'm gonna do is take this Grim Monolith, because Grim Monolith plays with both Inferno Titan and Mind Twist. I'm just gonna be like very sad. It's gonna be like Wolverine, like petting my picture of Solemn. Oath is Chonker friendly. The mana's not great with Oath. Also the sort of card that tends to wheel. Let's take Chalice. Chonkers are creatures power 6 or more, like this Rotting Regisar. I'd love the Boros Signet, but I love Rotting Regisar more. This is a very good start to a Chonkers stip, if I do say so myself. 2 of my favorite Chonkers in the deck already. Yeah, we're not trying to draft as many Chonkers as possible, remember? It is, we can only attack with big Chonkers. So it's going to restrict how we play. We could play like a creatureless deck, but that seems like it's defeating the purpose of the stip, right? Banefire is an option. I'm gonna grab the Exhume. Make it a Reanimator sub-theme. Regisar's Reanimator friendly. Geist of St. Trapped is decidedly not a chonker. If something trades with a fucking Snapcaster Mage, do you really need to ask? Wildfire is pretty chonkers friendly. All of our shit lives. Top is interesting. Umbera Rights is interesting. I might just want this Bolt. Bolt's a good card. Are there 6/1 elementals in the cube, Drodden? That is not the correct use of technically. Locopelli. Geist is very specifically not technically a 6/6. That is not what technically means. We can be friends, bottom and violent people. The word was literally. You can use literally that way. But you have to say it sarcastic like. Literally. Geist of St. Trapped is literally a 6/6. And then people know you mean figuratively. When you say technically, though, technically is the word that people use very specifically when they're trying to be pedantic. So I'm allowed to be pedantic about your use of technically. I'm almost in like I almost have to, right? Like my hands are tied. Chonky boy, chunky. We've had to pass a few too many signets for my liking, but that's okay. The Chonker's pretty enough. And Wormcoil is the prettiest. Yeah, I didn't ask for a Wormcoil engine, but I'll take the unsolicited worm pick. Just throbbing off the fucking card there. I think this looting would be pretty good with this start. We also want fixing. We've passed a lot of signets that tap for our colors, but we can still get like Coalition Relic. There's still a few more signets available. Chrome Mox works, Entomb works. I think I want Chrome Mox here. We'll think about it for a sec though. The thing about Chrome Mox is it lets us turn one Rotting Regisar, which is awesome. And the thing about Entomb is that it makes our deck good. Boring. Well, that's a good point. If Wormcoil Engine dies, can we even do anything with the 3/3s? I guess they block. I guess they block, huh? Hey, there's that Coalition Relic card I was talking about. Awesome. Awesome possum. In my wheel, the Entomb. Yeah, we did get, like, the Mannequin kind of late. It's whether or not someone else wants to dip into Reanimator. Entomb is such a powerful card that people might not see, like, Exhume and Mannequin as signals. But they might see the Entomb. And it's the only black card in the pack. Is what makes me hesitant about the chance of it wheeling. What is Chonkers? Chonkers, in this draft, we're defining them as creatures with power 6 or greater. Wow, fuck this pack, huh? Correct, Rock. O-Stone is not very good most of the time. O-Stone has a problem where it, like, blows up your mana base. It requires a lot of mana to be good, and then it, like, hits your own mana base, and it takes time if you want to, like, save one of your things, and if you just want to blow up the world, it's not very mana efficient that way. It's a powerful card. O-Stone and Pernicious Steed are both powerful cards that with potentially a high upside, but I don't think they actually fit very many archetypes. If I was going to build Vintage Cube, I wouldn't have either of them in. As much as I like them, as as cards. Oh, sup, Grizzle Bee? Sup, Beam? Grizzlebrand. Definitely a chonker. So is a Tarka. We're gonna take Animate Dead here, though. We really need Faithless Looting. Kolaghan's Command would have also been fine out of that pack. We need Faithless Looting. We need that Entomb that we passed. The card we picked over Entomb was pretty important, though. Starting to look like a Bazaar deck, too. Pardon the yawns. We might play the Seasoned Pyromancer even if we can't attack with it. Woodmite Courier is pretty bad if you can't attack, though. We took Chrome Mox over Entomb, and I'd do it again. A lot of really nice ones here. Night's Whisper fits this deck, Gilded Lotus fits this deck, Willbog fits this deck. They're all great. I kind of like the Gilded Lotus. We have Grim Monolith and Ancient Tomb. Chonker. There's also a Seething Song here. Yes! Yes! We can Entomb for Cruxa. We're taking Agadeems here just to be a land that also imprints on Chrome Mox. Entombing Wheeling. Entomb Wheeling is like... Oh, man. Whew. We're not going to play the Niv. It's a little hard. Well, if we do get Bazaar, maybe we play it because we're playing Living Death. This is a little hard, though, the colors. Sneak Attack? This would be a very good Sneak Attack deck, wouldn't it? Maybe get an Eldrazi. It sucks that we saw the 10-mana Ulamog and Gilded Lotus in the same pack, because we would have loved that 10-mana Ulamog, especially with the Lotus, right? You think I should have taken Char? Nah. No, I liked the Niv Mizzet as our mascot out of the board. Elder Gargaroth is a chonker, but it's not really what we're doing. Let's grab Wheel. Wheel of Fortune plays well in Reanimator. You just like bin your fatties and draw into a reanimation spell. All this deck is missing is like a Black Lotus and a Soul Ring. And a Mox Jet and Mox Ruby. And then we'd have the perfect deck. Shallow Grave. Are we shallow graving? Shallow Gravy. Memory Jar is kind of sweet. Kozilek is definitely a chonker. I think we take the Kozilek, maybe Wheel Shallow Grave, and the reason behind the Kozilek is if we find like either through the Breach or Sneak Attack, right? It could work out. And 10 mana is like kind of reachable. Now's when I'm tempted to like splash for Shelldock Isle. I think we're just taking the Necromancy. How much mana does Tolarian Academy make? Like gobs, right? Lion's Eye Diamond works well with Wheel of Fortune and Exhume and nothing else. And it's pretty bad with Kozilek. Let's just grab Reanimate here. Hey, Mr. Wallow, thanks for the $5 donation. Mr. Wallow says, thanks for sharing your videos on YouTube. Helps me kill boredom at work. And a question. How much did you won/lost last year on Moto? All of last year? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I don't have those numbers. Thanks for the donation though. We did like a rough estimation the other day.
Oh shit, what up?
And it had me being like plus 3k per year based on like the amount that I cash out on. But it's probably like slightly more than that if you're just talking like monetary. But that's not matches, right? If you're asking about matches, I don't actually know how to quantify your question. Hey, Mike ABC, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 42 months. Mike says 3.5 years. Holy shit, where did the time go? Where did it go? So Demonic Tutor is really good in Reanimator, and normally we'd be taking it. But I think this deck wants Chandra really bad. So kind of doing that ramp thing. Another Signet, perfect. There's Prowler here too. I think I want the Signet more. Oh, that's a good question. If you animate dead, a Wormcoil Engine or Inferno Titan, can you even attack? Well, Inferno Titan you can pump. But that's a good question. If you animate dead a Wormcoil Engine, is it still a chonker? Wow. Dreddy would have been fine. I like the Dimir Signet off the turn 1 Ancient Tomb, you know, and then like buffs up the Academy. You're saying that chonk equals butt? If you have a 0/10, it's definitely not a chonker. There's also no 0/10s in this cube. Can you chat with the tokens? Yeah, people also ask that. I don't know. Wormcoil Engine, definitely a chonker. It's attached 3/3s. Not very chonky. What if the opponent has an Elishnorn and we're sitting there with a Grizzlebrand and Iona? Do we just not get to attack? Reanimating Kozilek is pretty hard, even with the Shallow Grave. I guess we have Makeshift Mannequin, too. We just don't have that many ways of discarding, except for the Entomb. Entomb's pretty good, though. Yeah, we have literally every reanimation spell. We don't have Faithless Looting. Real bummer if you ask me. No Nightmare. We have 7 creatures and like most of them cost 6+. I don't think I'll play Recurring Nightmare here. Maybe we don't play Animate Dead because of the non-bow with Wormcoil. No, let's play it. Let's keep it in. Let's cut Bolt. We can board it in versus aggro. We don't need to main it. Entomb for Cruxa is cute. I don't know if I want to do it though. I don't know if it's like worth a slot, right? Kozilek upsetting our graveyard could be a thing. I think the deck becomes more consistent if we do this. One too many mana sources.
Oh shit, what up?
We can cut a black source. Chromox is more likely to be black than red too. This mana actually looks like a little awkward for Chandra and Wildfire Inferno Titan, but we do have Coalition Relic that can double fix, and Gilded Lotus that can double fix. Hey Crow, thanks for the sub, thanks for 3 months. We don't want to go too light on black sources because we want to be able to go like Entomb plus Reanimate. Cut the Academy? Nah, Academy's gas. We're kind of playing an extra mana source. We're kind of playing the extra Lotus Petal.
Oh shit, what up?
So we can like get away with having Academy and Ancient Tomb be colorless. This is good. Hey, Tactical Ace, thanks for the 38 months. Appreciate it. Update this year's Stream Decker here. How many cards did I draw? Well, I got 10 cents per extra card, and Jersey donated $12.60. So you can math that. Maybe that's extra. I don't know. Would X actively want Living Death? I mean, if we had more creatures, I'd be more into it. Decks that are playing Bazaar, right? So like we had Bazaar, if we had more like 10 or 12 creatures, and we were playing Bazaar and Faithless Looting. Wheel of Fortune is good for Living Death. But yeah, only having 6 creatures Makes it kind of bad. You're 35 runs in, and you've only gotten to the last boss twice. Yeah, it took me until I was in my 30s until I beat Hades, for sure. And I haven't beaten it the final time yet. I think I'm like halfway there. Did a few runs with heat, but you can only beat it with the gun? Yeah, me too. Me too, Nova. Survival of the fittest and living death? Yeah, no, that's a combo. The shotgun upgrade? Oh man, I don't even see the shotgun as an upgrade. The worst I ever did in the final fight, I took the random swap. And got the shotgun, and like my whole build just went to shit, and I was like, oh no. Spam the rocket? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, the rocket should just like always be on cooldown. And then you upgrade it so you either have like the triple bomb or the 5 bombs or the giant mega bomb or whatever. At least that's what I do. Sure. What game? Hades. Talking about Hades a little bit. If you haven't played Hades, it's like not that expensive a game and it's super well made. I'm like not that into roguelike games in general, but Hades is really clean. Alright, so we're probably not playing Exhume. Pretty important for them to take the reanimate though, huh? Or we'd get their thing. What's a roguelike game? They call it roguelike because it was based off of a game called Rogue, I think. Basically you're just like running through levels and picking up power-ups. Three-dimensional maps. Incremental progress over time. Yeah. You get like items and stuff that can help you in your future runs. Is Diablo 2 roguelike? Close, but not really. Action RPG? Yeah, but in terms of action RPGs, it's like roguelike adjacent. The hack and slash nature when you're in dungeons. But yeah, not quite the same thing. Right. If they kept their goat around, they could brick a Wormcoil attack by doing the old block sack thing. The old block sack gambit. I think they had the Leovold and the Black Lotus, and they were just like trying to find their draw 7. And that's why they scryed aggressively. Interesting fetch. Interesting. Getting in that damage, yeah! No! Alright, I'm just gonna do this. Inferno Titan or Wild... If the board doesn't change much, Inferno Titan or Wildfire are both the two cards that I would like to draw the most. Oh wow, we're dead. I just put myself dead on board. That was not smart of me. I guess they need a red source. Tied to the Fumarole. Phew. Alright, come on, Wildfire. Come on, Wildfire. Let's get wild with it. Let's get wild, let's bring the fire. Swamp. Swamp's pretty good. Yeah, the cool thing about a swamp is that it really speeds up the fucking game. We're dead on board here. They can sack whatever into brick Wormcoil life gain. Whether we try and attack or block. Alright, let's get Living Death in. Like plus Living Death minus Exhume, maybe. I don't know if I've heard this track. Why didn't Poison kill the Wurmcoil? You mean Death Touch? The reason that Death Touch didn't kill the Wurmcoil was because they sacked it before damage happened. They had a sack outlet in play. So even though Wurmcoil is normally very, very good in a race, if your opponent can put a creature in front of Wurmcoil and then sacrifice it before damage happens, you don't get to, damage doesn't actually happen, and then you don't get to gain the life. If you can give your Wurmcoil engine trample somehow, you can get around that, but...
Oh shit, what up?
Hey Radley B, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 5 months there.
Oh shit, what up?
Hey Warp Weird, thanks for the sub, thanks for shooting that Prime. What else got too many colors? Oh, and Spell Pierce, sure. I was gonna say they have too many colors for us to grab Iona. We could grab Grizzlebrand. Cool thing about Mind Twist is if it resolves. Well, never mind. I was gonna say if it resolves, we could get Prime Time and then Necromancy it. Spell Pierce, Thoughtseize, Time Lock, Opponent's doing stuff, yeah. Being a grade A jerk. Jerkarooski, playing their efficient interaction. That's because their deck is good and stuff. How dare they? Scaregod's really good against Reanimator too. Let's go next. Game is technically still winnable if we hit like Wheel of Fortune specifically, but even then, Scaregod's kind of a bummer. Willing to just move on. We're also playing a deck with like not much card selection. The majority of our selection is like built into our mulligan, right? We're kind of like a flip our hand onto the table, see if we win or not sort of deck. Why not Mind Twist for 3? Our Mind Twist got Thoughtseized, friend. Mind Twist for 3 was not an option. The one turn that we had it, we could have Mind Twisted for 2. Which would have been fine, but you run out the Mana Rock, and then you draw a Mana Source for turn, and all of a sudden you're Mind Twisting for 4. Seems a little bit better, huh? So you just hope your opponent doesn't have the Thoughtseize, so you can play a better card. The Cube closes at noon tomorrow, so I will not be streaming Cube tomorrow, but you can certainly go for a while. Do I regret not taking Demonic Tutor? No. I think we mull this. Our deck, I mean, we want to be explosive, and Demonic Tutor doesn't really help with that. Demonic Tutor, obviously a great card, but I was happy to grab a Mox. In our Wildfire deck. So the Nut High here would be top decking Entomb, which makes me kind of want to hold on to this Lotus Petal. I think they have a pretty good sweet spot for Cube, SBS. But they're also Reanimator, and just like rando bidding a fatty. Oh my god. They do have Liliana on board that can answer it, of course. So that's better than them having an Iona. Yeah, I guess they just like Liliana Edict and then reanimate it themselves now. We lose to that. Will I be doing an Omniscience Arena draft? Omniscience is done with. Dunzo. The format is over. Awkward. I guess we still do this. Wurmcoil, not a chonker, but it protects our future threats against Liliana Edicts, I guess. When no attack, we are doing a very specific stip. Yay. Well, that worked out somehow. Maybe I want to keep Crux in over Chandra. I like Chandra as a bridge from like the early mana burst to like the late game though. Yeah, I'll leave it in. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to keep this or not. That game was a multi-5 too, huh? Opponent flooded a bit. We could just discard Wheel of Fortune. Is what I'm a little iffy on here. I'm a little bit worried about giving them awesome shit to reanimate. Yeah, for sure, Tubaloy. Sorry you've been sick. Nova, I'm not a big fan of boarding in cards that are like only good in niche situations. The majority of Reanimator Mirrors you're gonna play, Lightning Bolt is not gonna be a real card. Even if it could potentially answer Liliana if they've down-ticked. Sometimes they don't even down-tick, right? They're just up-ticking. And sometimes they don't draw the Liliana. Now the question is, do we discard the Inferno Titan or the Wheel of Fortune? This tip's painful to watch with Wormcoil. Yeah. I usually try and avoid situations like that. Stips where, like, I have to, like, not attack when I have good attacks and stuff. For the most part we did, but it's really just Wormcoil. Hopefully I don't regret that. Putting Titan here. Instant regret. Oh man, we would have hit the red source too. Dang. Oh well.
All the things that scare me, and all the love that's in between. I come undone when I'm lying in your arms. Yeah, you know how to keep me close. Too much could be an overdose, but equilibrium is everything you are.
I don't know. Sure, there's a lot of trash in our deck.
Lift me with helium, fill me with oxygen. keeps me breathing. When I'm up too high, I'll always be alright.
It's a little counterintuitive, but I'm gonna grab this one.
That you are by my side, you are my life support, my respiration.
You like Exhume? Exhume?
Keeps me breathing.
And the Reanimator Mirror? Well, should have attacked Liliana here. This is fine though.
Keeps me breathing. Oh, you are everything that keeps me breathing. In the dead of night, when I can't see, and the
Yeah, we should have attacked. They probably block with Worm Coil. And then with the trigger on the stack, we Triumph and we get the Inferno Titan too. Now we have to jam Triumph and they just like sack their Worm Coil engine. It's much worse.
and no rest, and gasping for my final breath. But before I can inhale, you save the day. When I'm falling down, it's easy to let go, 'cause every
So that was the idea behind getting Wildfire, is that we would like figure out a way to get the Inferno Titan off the board with our Edict.
oxygen, oh, you are everything that keeps me breathing.
I guess I could have just like let Liliana die too.
Too high, I'll always be alright, because I know that you are by my side. You are my life support, my respiration. Oh, you are everything that keeps me breathing. Oh, you are everything that keeps me breathing. Oh, you are everything that keeps me breathing. Oh, you are everything that keeps me breathing.
Nice turn, yeah, not the worst. We were pretty lucky that they just didn't have much going on. We can't attack or block with our tokens. We're doing a very specific stip where we can only attack with Chonkers. Creatures power 6 or more. Yeah, so it goes 7 mid lane. Part of the risk of doing a step. The pro for the opponent is that now, like, they have a better chance of getting back in the game, right? With our worm tokens being largely inoperable. Yeah, we can block with smaller creatures. We can just only attack with Chonkers. This is a Grave Titan. Grave Titan's pretty juicy. Oh no, they're thirsting. Do get Xaxes here, which is nice. Phew. Lotus gave one more red. Yeah, so if we were one short, we could have played the Lotus, but it also like opens the opponent up to playing a Force of Negation to live another turn, so there's no reason to play it. One more step after this. I'd do another step after this. What do you have in mind? Okay, Daze over Voltage. Come on. I've lived with my Spuzzle unit. What? You mean spousal? Are you talking about Alyssa? Yeah, I mean, we obviously lived together before we got married. Most of our fights and disagreements have come from just like more long-term things than short-term things, like fair distribution of chores and stuff. It's a good idea. It's a good idea to have a plan. When if you're having a disagreement, it's very hard for people to like be logical and think through like all the reasons that you love each other and why you're together and like all the good you do for each other. It's hard to keep that in mind when things like when things are escalating, right? Both people get defensive and it just like ratchets it up. So if you have a plan for how you're going to resolve your disagreements when you have them before you have the disagreement, then that can help things. And that can help you be healthier. Because pretty much every couple has some kind of disagreement or fight at some point, right? If you're going to live long term. You recommend Trial by Combat? Trial by Combat's pretty good. I didn't see the stip idea. If you repost it, I'll try and read it again. Wow, Booty Rooter. Jeez. It reminds me like of the ending to Revolutionary Road, if you've ever seen that movie. The whole movie is about these like toxic relationships. And then at the very end, at the end of the movie, there's an old couple, and one of them, they get into an argument, and the old man just like turns off his hearing aid. I want to name Ren? Probably not. Probably not if they're bidding Blightsteel Colossus. We could get Grizzlebrand and try and just kill them, or we could get Iona and name Blue. But I'm not gonna Iona on Red here. Caleb's favorite art step? Yeah, I'd probably do that. You're just gonna end up with a mono black deck, because I like gruesome art. Enemy puts me pretty low. Maybe I'm supposed to get Inferno Titan, just like kill the Dread Horde and have some lasting value. Normally I like snap drawing with Grizzlebrand, but I don't like going to 2 against someone with red mana.
Welcome back. Sunny here. I haven't seen wands like this in a while.
How do you happily ever after folks feel about sharing a bed? Sometimes
Literally zombies.
sometimes that helps me sleep and sometimes it doesn't. We've been alternating lately. A lot of it depends on like how much our sleep schedules match up.
I'm a wizard too.
Yeah, I think even with you, I think we should bring in Lightning Bolt. They give us like 2 good targets. Let's cut Chandra maybe. Or Cruxo. Let's cut Cruxo. Yeah, that's better. Oh, I want Liliana's Triumph. Shit, they just got a Blightsteel. And I like didn't bring in my Edict. Oh well. We'll just do what we did last game, huh? You have a king in there, still Blanket Wars. Have you tried just like having 2 separate blankets? A Rick and Morty stip. What would that entail? Oh sure, Richest Lion. Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I find it hard to sleep with headphones on too. You do have 2 separate blankets, but they always end up on the wrong person's side. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. Well, then I don't have anything. You're fucked. I want to reanimate that, but we are doing a Chonkers step. Can't attack with it. How ferocious. I want to Ion at this turn, but this is probably better. They were just off it. They were like, nope, done. Sweet.